This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Problem when somebody does crash, you know, and you learn it and understand that, it does help when you're out of trouble because you're your own insurance company. So I don't mind being up front early.
And you tried to hit home runs early on in the season too, didn't you?
Well, everybody tries to, that's for sure, but it's getting close to October right now, so I'm starting to feel pretty good about our team. We're still trying to chase some sponsorship, so we certainly could use a victory here.
All right, trouble on the racetrack. Reggie Jackson, a great guy to have on board, guys.
Part owner of the 92 car that Todd Bodine drives, and that's Ricky Hendrick, who's in trouble.
Again, it looked like Ricky got out of the groove. We got a guy spinning off it, too.
Ron Hornaday has gone around.
Up, watch this inside wall, Ron. We see some damage to the left rear of his car.
Here in the NASCAR Busch Series race.
CP, I can't figure this one out.
I can't either because we see Ricky Hendrick, and all of a sudden it looks like he backed off the throttle or something. And something might have happened. He backed off the throttle, but he's been in and out of the pit, so I can't imagine.
The team owned by the Herzogs, based in St. Joseph, Missouri. I guess Michael Waltrip decided to use a little air there on Bodine.
Yep, looked like he drove right up behind him, trying to get him loose.
Fittipaldi.
Oh, another car is spinning up in the middle of the corner, but some heavy damage to Christian Fittipaldi's car.
And one spinning down in one. Jeff Green in the slowdown after the caution flag. Looks like got bumped.
That'd be a hat trick, wouldn't it? I did.
Christian Fittipaldi, black car, yellow trim.
He just got up there in the gray area, and you can actually see a little bit of dirt flying off the right rear tire when he gets up there.
I guess Spencer was behind me and kind of just took the air right off of me. And I don't know. I got to see the replay, but all of a sudden the thing was backwards before I knew it.
Trouble in turn 4, and Ron Young in the 63 got bumped from behind and spun into the outside wall. Steve Grissom went around in the 34 car. And what happened?
Looks like somebody got underneath somebody and got into the left rear quarter panel.
That's Casey Kane in the 98 car, and Grissom runs in the back of Casey Kane. And Larry Fort. Oh, and Joe Buford just barely misses Steve Grissom. That caused him to spin as he goes down through the grass.
Great.
They're still crashing.
And Biffle was right behind it and got through.
I wonder what he thinks. I wonder what he thinks happened.
That was, I think, Jason Sprague, Jack's brother, his spotter.
Problems there.
Okay, let's see. Here we go. It starts way over here. Sprague was down below the white line. They kind of moved up on each other. They went down. I don't know how Bodine wrecked them. You're running there side by side. It looks like Sprague lost the air off the spoiler, got loose, and actually wrecked into Todd.
Talladega.
Riggs to second, Compton back to third.
Uh-oh, another guy in the
Trouble
wall.
turn 3. Brian Vickers. Caution number 5 is out.
Well, the race sponsor, Mr. Goodcents, put their name on the hood of his car for this race, and unfortunately, we're seeing the side of his car. There's a lot of damage to that car. We'll see what happened. There he is trying to get on the inside of
Kenny Wallace. He was trying to get to the inside of it, and it looked like maybe Hamilton Jr. and he touched.
Yeah. Okay. Right here, I was watching Jimmy Spencer. He's been coming up to the field great. Got in the back of Lockman a little bit. 23 had to check up. When he checked up, slid up.
In third and fourth places, and there's a car on the wall. Caution's out. Joe Buford in the 49.
Well, that's what Jamie McMurray did not want to see, because most of the cars, I think, can make it from here the rest of the way.
Antioch, Tennessee driver Joe Buford, longtime championship contender at the Nashville Speedway.
Joe Buford, there he is on the bottom, and
They had a tire going down or something, no?
he got his angle wrong going in the corner. He moved over so low to let Jason Keller go by. He couldn't make it the corner. He had to make such an awkward turn into the corner. Plus, the apron didn't help him at all.
Yeah, the apron didn't help.
Loose and moves up the racetrack. Here's Jeff Burt trying to work his way through traffic. 46 cars, Ashton Lewis. Oh, got a spin.
Shane Meal. Easy. Well,
back it down, come on around, nice job, come on around.
Good save, Shane Meal.
not as good for Casey Mears. 66.
Okay, now I'll come in and take that penalty.
Yeah, 27 car. Come on in, Jamie. Take that penalty.
Okay, he may have jumped the gun a little bit.
Yeah.
Or a lot of it.
Because the restart is supposed to be about where the grass starts. We can't see that from that shot. Oh, Shane Mill just gets loose and has to go up the racetrack to try to save it. When he does, he gets into the 66 car. And it looks like that Casey was okay till he hit the throttle.
Yeah.
And there's so much sand and debris up there. As soon as he hits the throttle to continue going straight.
The win at Michigan, a 7th at Bristol, and an 8th at Richmond.
Kerry Earnhardt in that 12 car is hanging right with these guys.
Yeah.
Might be his best run of the year. Oh, we got Casey Kane spinning off turn 4.
Caution's out. Robert Yates' 98 car has found itself in need of a new back end. Is that a shock absorber? Oh, little help.
I don't think so. He just gets the car loose coming off turn 4. And he does that, they call a hospital wobble, back and forth, finally can't keep up with it. And around he goes, backs around the wall, and then the pieces start flying out. Here comes Jason Keller trying to get on the inside of Earnhardt.
Farther back, Tony Raines in the 33, Jimmy Spencer in the 1. That's 8th place.
Oh, Michael Waltrip spins, backs on the wall hard up in 3.
3rd place car.
Hold the brake, hold the brake.
Uh-oh, right back into traffic. And everybody's going to get around. Hard crash.
And one of that car snapped around so quickly.
Okay, Michael.
Do it. Here he goes in the corner right behind the 21 car, and all of a sudden the car just snaps around. And I think you went to look and see if the right rear tire was flat.
If it wasn't before the accident, it is now. Well,
Like it is
Doesn't-
players. Remember the last stop they changed to? Those left sides are 101 laps old at the end of this race. For the 25 car, Fred Wanke, the crew chief, told me, you know what? Our car is really beat up. We're just trying to ride it out. But then again, riding it out in 8th place is pretty good. Matt, Marty?
What a very impressive run from Lyndon A. McDade. He stayed in the top 10 all day long, hung in there, and he's not been in a car since Richmond in June. A little too loose right now for Lyndon. He was tied early. They have over-adjusted. He plans to run Atlanta and Homestead later in the year. Very impressive day for this young man. Matt?
Marty, Jimmy Murray told me this morning in the garage his family is here. This is home racetrack. He was hoping for a top 10 and get back into the points race, trying to make a push for 5th. He was not very optimistic. They tested here. The test didn't go as well. They made a number of adjustments this morning. Right now, the car is tight off the corner. It's loose on entry. They made no changes in their last stop. It currently runs in the 10th position.
15 cars on the lead lap. The rest of those still in the same circuit with the leader. Tim Sauter, Stacy Compton, Kevin LePage, Shane Meal, and Johnny Sauter. So looking ahead to tomorrow's race and what we've seen here today, an outside lane, it's there.
It's not what you want it to be to go in there, to really drive that car and to know you're going to have to lean on it. No, it's not there yet. But 400 miles with a heavier race car, they will probably inch the groove up that outside line up just a little bit.
But there's a lot more there than there was last year this time, so they do have something to start with anyway.
And as far as passing and track position and that kind of thing, the guy that's out front now took 4 tires on that stop and passed some of the guys that only took 2. He had a better car than they did before the stop, so did we learn anything from all that strategy?
I don't think so, because again, I think his car is so much superior. The only car that in the race that could really run with Jeff Burton was Michael Waltrip, and he had the flat tire and backed it in the fence. So,
yeah, and we learned from Michael, don't cut a tire down. It's going to be big.
when you have a car as good as Jeff Burton, and you can change 4 tires and fall back in the pack to 7th or 8th.
4 laps to go for Burton. 3.2 seconds in front of Kerry Earnhardt. What a great job Kerry has done today. If he can hang on behind Burton and come up with a second place finish. For Burton now, it's just a matter of running out the laps. 3 to go.
But it's a race car, and you never know what's going to happen to these things.
Championship today going to be the big headline. When this one's over, it'll say Burton wins, but Keller falls out. He's going to finish in 30th place, and Greg Biffle is going to gain a bunch. Running in 4th right now. Doesn't look like a threat to overtake Joe Nemechek for 3rd, nor does it appear under pressure from Tony Raines to lose that spot. So if he can finish these final couple of laps, the lead's going to go from 35 to 127. And there'll be 6 races to go in the NASCAR Busch Series Championship. Lap and a half for Jeff Burton.
Several cars right in front of him, but Kim marked down the last lap. But he has such a lead on Kerry Earnhardt that those cars, he could almost stop if something happens.
78,000 here beginning to stand for the final lap salute to Jeff Burton. White flag is up. Brad Parrott, the crew chief, saying one more time. Jeff Burton started today's race on the outside of the front row. He'll have led 48 of today's 200 laps. Pick up his 19th career NASCAR Busch Series victory and his 4th of 2002.
Looks like last week's winner, Scott Wimmer, right in front of Burton.
Good day for Roush Racing. They're going to get the win and a big gain in the championship. Jeff Burton takes the Mr. Goodcents 300 at Kansas. It's 2nd running to the Winston Cup star. Kerry Earnhardt's career best ever Busch Series finish for 2nd. And Greg Biffle comes home in 4th, while Jason Keller will finish in 30th spot. Once he got free of the mayhem there in that last restart shuffle that we had.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a presentation of TNT Sports.